Welcome to CLE Weekend. So we are here just minutes from downtown Cleveland in the Clark Fulton neighborhood, and I wanted to come and experience this. I thought I've got to get my eyes on these murals, the vibrancy, the color. It really is so beautiful in this Latino community. I mean, walking through here, it's like you feel the love, the respect for one's ancestry, the culture, the history. I mean, these colors, they just really show what this community is all about. So I actually got to talk to someone very special, the founder of Viva Fashion, and I talked to her about how she celebrates National Hispanic Heritage Month, and it's not here in Cleveland. We'll let her tell you where she celebrates. So you might have seen her before, maybe on Telemundo, even read some of her work in Glamour or In Style magazine. She is here to entice us to maybe take a little trip down south to the Sunshine State. And listen, I'm always up for a little vacation. Why not, though, make it one that's relaxing and educational? Joining us today is travel and lifestyle expert Carmen Ordonez. Carmen, thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you so much for having me.
So I want to talk about Florida. You know, of course, a lot of us hear about going to Florida, but I want you to tell us why this is such a great place to actually learn about Hispanic culture.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Hispanic Heritage Month celebrates the many contributions, culture, and history of the American Hispanic community. So for 1 month, it takes place from now until October 15th. We celebrate nationwide with festivals, art shows, and so much more. And as a Floridian myself, I actually grew up in Miami. I lived there as well. I can tell you firsthand that Florida is just rich in Hispanic culture. I mean, the culinary scene alone is amazing. I love going with my family one day and having Colombian food, and the next day trying a traditional Peruvian dish like lomo saltado. I mean, during Hispanic Heritage Month, it really provides an exciting opportunity to visit Florida, and not only during this time of year, but also beyond as well.
And you talked about events, and I think that is so important because, right, we live here in Ohio, we're making a trip to kind of come down to Florida. Specifically, are there any events maybe that we should put on our calendar?
Absolutely. Well, there are many events going on right now during Hispanic Heritage Month, and that's mainly due to the huge influence of the Hispanic culture. It actually has the third largest Latino population in the country. So, for example, some of those events that you can enjoy include the Miami Beach Salsa Festival, there's the Hispanic Heritage Concert Celebration in Miami, as well as the 5th annual Ford Taste of Latino Festival in Ybor City in Tampa. So lots of great events that you can enjoy. And what I love about Florida is that it really honors that Hispanic community and the significant impact that it's had on the state that we all lovingly know as La Florida.
You had mentioned some of the food, right? I mean, it's like sometimes I like to plan a whole trip all around the food wherever I'm going. But the other thing that we saw was just some people doing their salsa dancing, and there's a lot of that too.
Yes, there is. You know, the great thing about Florida is you really have this diverse Hispanic culture, right? And traditions and customs. For example, you can try salsa dancing in Miami or in Orlando. You can also try cigar rolling if you go to Little Havana in Miami or in Ybor City in Tampa, as well as Key West. Or you can walk through the cobblestone streets of St. Augustine, which is absolutely beautiful. St. George Street. I actually went there 2 years ago with my family. I hadn't been back since a 5th grade field trip, and it's absolutely beautiful. It feels like you're walking through the streets of Spain. You can also grab a mojito, of course, in Little Havana and Miami, or even watch a flamenco show. My mom lived in Spain for 10 years, and every time she watches a flamenco show, she feels like she's back there, and it's just full of energy and passion. So definitely there's just so much to do, so much rich Hispanic culture in Florida.
I think when you visit a place, that's really it. If you can feel like I'm still in the U.S., but you're really getting that rich feel. I want to talk to you about fashion because, after all, you are the queen of Viva Fashion. So any like Hispanic, even Latino designers that just really have got it going on right now with trendy pieces.
Yes, well, of course, you know, Carolina Herrera, you know, an icon in the Hispanic fashion world, but I also love Silvia Tarachi. She's a Colombian designer, and I think, you know, aside from designers, it's all about just embracing color as well. Like, we love color in Florida, so think pinks and yellows and white, because white is not just only for, you can't, there's no rule of not wearing white after Labor Day. In Miami, you can always wear white, and it's hot. So definitely, have some lightweight pieces like linen. Definitely a must when you're visiting Florida.
Well, yeah, in Ohio, the white that we see is snow in the winter. So I like that. Where can we go, Carmen, for more information?
Absolutely. For more information, Jamie, you can head on over to visitflorida.com/Hispanic Heritage. There you'll be able to find a full calendar list of all the amazing events going on in Florida for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Carmen, thank you so much for joining us and giving us a good option of a place to visit. So October, right? To me, it means getting ready for Halloween, picking out the costumes for my kids, or letting them say what they want to wear and I just agree to it. But in the spirit of National Hispanic Heritage Month, maybe you are getting ready for Dia de los Muertos. That is the Day of the Dead. Either way, you are going to love this next place that we visit. It is a local favorite, and it's sure to maybe get your heart racing a little bit, give you a good jump or a scare. Make sure you stick around. We'll have that when you stay with us and CLE Weekend returns.